I think 2026 will be a year for many entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs this year to truly embrace AI. So today we feel that we use our judgment. It is the third stage of AI transformation. What does this mean? I'll share it with you. I have been developing AI for several years. I will make a break. I divided it into 3 stages. The first phase is from 2023 to 2024. This stage from 2023 to 2024. I call it the era of big models, or LM. English name is large language model. It is a large language model. It's just that we simplified it. I call it a big model. The large model shocked us. I feel like, my God. It turns out that AI can really talk to people. It's 2023. XGPT 4.0 gave us a shock when it came out. We think it's already very powerful, but 2023 to 2024, after these 2 years of development, everyone gradually began to feel it's really amazing. You can't deny it. But nothing seems to have changed in my world. My beans are packaged there. I seem to ask it about the weather every day. Ask some other braised pork how to cook. We met very smart people, but I don't know how to make good use of this smart person. And this smart person also often makes mistakes. It also bothers us. And so in 2024, after this shock entered the past, everyone began to gradually realize. The reason why he used to be so powerful, it was because he had learned almost humanity in the past 10 years. 20 years of knowledge of all mankind accumulated by the internet. Everything that can be used is online. He went to learn. There is less and less knowledge that can be learned. The number of parameters of the model has also developed to a ceiling. It seems that no matter how big it is, it doesn't mean much. The third is his fundamental problem. It is continued to be studied by more and more people. It turns out to be a real big model. He is not as smart as a human. He is practical in a way that is said at the bottom, using a probabilistic model to predict the next word, constantly embossed outward. So today's big model, in fact, it is a statistical wisdom. It holds up human wisdom together, keep predicting the next word. What is this? This model is naturally for pursuit, the completeness of refusal. In order to pursue it, there must be an answer. It will make mistakes. As long as it is a probabilistic model, it will eventually make mistakes. It was not until the N24 that we realized this. So large models are not omnipotent. By 2025, there was a change. Then, do we have any other approach? This is the agent. Let agents appear. So in 2025, we call this the principle called the agent. What is an agent? It's autopilot. I told him, our company wants to recruit chief writer. You help me find someone. Gave him intentions. He started to do something. He began to go to LinkedIn to find the people's profile, run everywhere. Then he turned it over and said, you see, these 20 people are probably reliable. I write one to each of you, a targeted invitation letter. He wrote 20 more letters. After this matter is done, it made me realize that 2025 is different. What has become since the beginning of the year? This year has begun to become an agent. So a large number of agents began to appear this year. And this wave continued until the beginning of this year. The most powerful and popular in China this year is the lobster. Lobsters are a certain form of agent. This agent can manipulate your computer. It will make people feel very powerful, but it is still a form of agent. After I wrote a lot during the Spring Festival, I began to recognize, I think 2026 will be a year for many entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. This year, to truly embrace AI, because today we feel that we judge by ourselves. It is the third stage of AI transformation. So from the large language model to the agent, less than. By 2026, heartless began to appear. What is heartless? If you think of an agent as a wild horse, you can run from Shanghai to Beijing in one day. But you find that you can't control it.
It always adds to the chaos.
So you have to put something on your horse. So you have to put it on. After putting on that thing, you find that the horse can really work. Horses used to run too fast. You can't control it. It's useless to say that horses are not useless. You see that the horse runs fast. It's trampled on crops. You can't stop it after it runs fast. Let it run until it doesn't run. That's not necessary, right? Later, humans discovered it in 2026. Why can't you saddle the horse? If the horse is saddled, after attaching the reins, isn't the horse obedient? 2026 is the year when everyone really starts to embrace AI. It is because the horse can be saddled. This saddle is called a harness. Once you put on the saddle, horses become tools of production. Horses were only one kind before. The power that you use to appreciate. it can be turned into a production tool. So in 2026, it seems to me a time to hug. Then, how to put on the saddle? Everyone go and use DeepSeek today. Use bean bonds. When you stuff, have you ever paid for it? I didn't pay, right? Then I might say something absolute. And if you haven't paid AI, I don't think you used Poly. Why? Because you didn't find one scenarios where you deserve to pay. But if you pay for it, separate it again. You say, I can use the free one. Free, of course, you can use it. But once you find this scene, you will find that these companies are smart. It won't let you use free scenes to solve this problem. If it can be solved for free, I also have free ones. You will find your really expensive question. None of them can be solved by its free tools. It lets you use free tools. Just want to make it a habit for you. As long as you really solve the problem, 解决, you find that only paid plans can solve it. So from free to paid. In fact, it is a major threshold. So if we divide the payment into two processes, one part is, if you pay him today, you pay him 19 yuan and 9 yuan a month. Go buy his more advanced access rights or buy a called API. Have you ever used the API? For example, if you're interested today, 之后, after you open the official website of DeepSeek, you find the official website very simple. A large button on the left. A large button on the right. The big button on the left is chat. The big button on the right is API paid. These two buttons. When I started working on my company system, 突然一瞬, suddenly, in an instant, 不行的, it won't work anymore. You see, we have written a lot of articles on the official account today, right? Some articles have good data. Some articles have bad data. For example, what are you doing in the chat window? You just copy the whole article, then throw it into the chat window. Can you help me change this article? Oh no, why not? You have thousands of articles. How can I throw all 3,000 articles into? You can't throw it in, right? You can only invite AI to your home. Instead of sending your article to someone else's door, say that, sir, help me read the article. So you send your article to someone else's door. When he said that his husband helped me read the article, you can only take one article with you. So use this so-called core of the chat window, this AI era for the core. I think it's almost over. Gradually, AI will become called infrastructure. It will be received in the system of each family, then pay the API money. Every time I ask him a question, he has to count it as a thing. This thing is a problem. How many tokens do he have to spend when he reads and returns? Have you heard a word today? Start coming alive in 2026. This term is called token economics. So why 2026 is for many companies a year that really started embracing AI? Because this year, many people began to realize AI really want to embrace AI. I have to pay for tokens. So the emergence of tokenomics, it is a real beginning to embrace the possibility of AI. You must not use free bean bag. Think of it as embracing AI. At least as an entrepreneur, you can't look at it that way. It doesn't matter if you are a consumer. It is the entrepreneur. You only have the day you use your token. First token bill. The day on the account, it's the day you really embrace AI, because from that day you put AI, please come to your home. Pay attention to Liu Ran. Lower the cognitive threshold of business.